Hello guys, this is Young Seaka with another episode of Sip to the Script. I'm your humble host, Young Seaka. And we got a family of the show right now, man. He already came through with another person, but I felt like it was important for him to have his own, his own episode.
Appreciate that. I felt
Please,
that way too.
State your name for the camera.
Chanks Daddy, aka Chanks for short. AKA whatever else.
Yeah. General Savage, Mr. Daddy. At your leisure, of course.
General Savage, yeah. Upgraded from Lieutenant Savage to
Yo, I'm just saying this because just on Twitter, you know what I mean? I've seen you tweet the most outlandish shit. And it's just fuck with it, man.
I do that from time to time. from time to time, you know.
So, man, please, for the people that are watching over on the other side of the camera, could you let us know actually what we're sipping on right now?
We're sipping on Jameson whiskey, actually. None but the best. Mixed with a little bit of chaser. Something.
Because I'm soft.
Something
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It's a Tuesday, so it's appropriate.
Quick question, man. Chanks.
What's up?
Right now, we're sipping on Jameson, and usually people that come in the show, people that come and just introduce themselves on the show, they usually have kind of a backstory to the drink that they brought on the show and why they're so comfortable drinking that on camera with the host of the show. So please, if you wouldn't mind kind of letting us know why
Jameson?
Yeah.
Jameson gets me in my element. It's not a party drink, you know? It's not something that I would go out to party with friends, and it's not, there's like party drinks. There's like Henny, there's like Jack Daniels, but Jameson is more of a I'll get fucked up on my own, with a select few people. So Jameson is what.
Okay, select few people. So now I'm like I should feel.
And it has a real name. It's like Jameson. It doesn't have a name that's like
Hennessy.
Yeah, Hennessy, Bacardi.
Man, every girl that's usually called Hennessy is pretty ratchet. So man, listen.
Yeah, but if you picture someone called Jameson, it's someone that's
respectable.
Yeah, respectable.
Definitely, yeah.
Cultured.
Couple jobs on the side. Well, yeah, no, honestly, man, right now, the last time you came with Black Irish, I just
who?
I'm
joking.
Put me in trouble right now.
I'm joking. Yo, shout out to Irish, man. That's what I'm.
The last time you came on the show with them, I was kind of caught by surprise because I didn't know you were coming in.
Yeah,
trust me.
I did not know either.
Yeah.
I'm glad I came, but I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
And I had the intention to bring you on the show yourself just because, like I said in the last interview, you know what I mean? Like you had a track record. You actually had a track record on SoundCloud, and no offense to Black Irish because his music I fuck with it, but you were kind of more established in the scene, so to say.
Understandable.
So, I'm happy that you're here right now, man.
Thank you, man. I'm happy you're having me because I almost thought it wasn't gonna happen since I thought it wasn't gonna. I thought I was getting blackballed, but
the industry don't.
The industry doesn't want me in, but
But no, man, like.
No, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. So let's get into the person that you are, and just how music can influence you as a person, as an artist.
Okay.
So first of all, like, where are you from? Just so we can reiterate on the last interview.
From a little bit of everywhere. Let's just say I'm from Montreal and Ottawa. Those are my two main places. I've always bounced back. So.
And like coming to Ottawa.
Yeah.
Like, cause you were born there, right? You were born in Montreal.
Yes.
So coming to Ottawa, how did you find the transition? Because I could tell that. I'm also born in Montreal, but I've lived in Ottawa most of my life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I could definitely tell the difference in terms of the people that live in both.
Yeah.
So, just off of your encounter with the city, how did you feel about it?
In my encounter with Ottawa? Well, Ottawa's the polar opposite to Montreal. Polar opposite.
What do you mean?
In terms of the culture, the people... The fucking architecture.
I mean, expand on that. Like, why is it so different?
Okay, well, let's say, put it this way.
Yeah.
Ottawa, I mean, even though Ottawa is like not conservative. Conservative has changed. The definition of a conservative kind of changed in the last couple of years, but Ottawa is a lot more conservative than Montreal.
Yeah.
Montreal is like fully liberal.
Yeah.
In terms of everything, But when you come to Ottawa, it's really conservative. It's something that you have to get used to. There's a lot of shit that we do in Montreal that you can't do out here.
Definitely not. That's true.
It's changing, but there's a lot of shit that you can't really do out here, and it's kind of it's a culture shock.
Yeah.
It's what, sorry?
Do you feel like it's restricting to your?
Yeah, it is restricting.
Okay, yeah.
But I think with time, with age, with knowledge, and with also with all the resources that we have now, like speaking of like the internet and being able to see what type of shit is going on everywhere, compared to 10 years ago, we have way more of that than we did before.
No,
so.
Definitely.
The people that are coming up right now in Ottawa, I don't think they really notice the restrictions that older people like us might notice. You understand what I'm saying? So,
no, I feel you.
But it is a big difference.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm old enough to
kind of realize both.
Exactly. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, so you came to Ottawa, and personally, like, how was it that I kind of get established in the city? Because it's a city where you might not know too many people, you know what I mean? Just a city, like you said, it's a bit more restrictive in terms of who you are, but meeting the new people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, getting to new circles.
Yeah.
It's not easy for everybody to do that, especially when I look at your Twitter.
Yeah.
You're kind of a more introspective person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you've noticed that. You're one of the only people that's noticed that, so, I fuck with you because of that. Just because you said that, I'm gonna make sure I don't lie for any of my answers.
Okay. Because I keep a track record. Yeah. Don't do this shit, my nigga.
I won't lie to you, but no. Okay, so wait, you said how was it coming in here and trying to get into circles and?
I mean, because you're an artist.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you have to
whether I like it or not,
you know?
I don't think I was ever meant to be. I'm not gonna say I wasn't meant to be an artist, but that was never like my path.
Right. How come? Why do you say that?
Because I did high school in Ottawa, but when I finished that, I went back to Montreal, and then that's when I really realized I'm like, oh shit, like, what, you know? But I love school though. I love school. I'm not one of those person that's always like fuck school. I love school. I love learning. I love shit like that. But I'm like, I went back to school so many times, like in so many different fucking fields. It's crazy. That's a whole different, when I came back with everything that I learned from Montreal, I had to come back like it's different. Listen, when I come back to Ottawa, thinking it's still the same old Ottawa that I left, but with everything I learned from Montreal, and I was doing so much shit out there. Coming back, and I'm like, what can I bring from out there and bring it out here to help? Not to like differentiate myself, not to shit on people, just to be like, yo, listen.
Part of the city.
Exactly. Just the same way Toronto wasn't. People forget, but Toronto, like 5-6 years ago, it wasn't what we talk about now. Toronto's always been, but it wasn't always. Now Toronto's like a hot spot, but it wasn't always like this. It took. Like, this is the next place because it's the capital. So I came back and. Listen, man. Long story short, I came back here. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do music. I stayed to myself. I tried to follow whoever I could find that's in the city. Like on all the networks, see like who's doing what, who's doing photography, who's doing music, who's doing events, who's DJing. Follow everybody. Trying to get a feel for the city. Try to put everyone in like a hierarchy in my head. See, okay, who's doing what and where can I position myself? What can I offer and who could I link up with and who's doing what? So that was my first thing to do. And I'm like, okay, what I'm going to do, everything to do to bring everything I learned from Montreal to Ottawa. And listen, besides the music shit, I mean, it's not even just about music, to be honest with you. It's like music comes with culture, and with culture it comes with throwing events. With throwing events, it doesn't even just have to be music. It's just people congregating for different types of shit. Whether
I agree with that because networking is definitely a big part of the game. Like you said, you have to kind of know who's doing what, so you can kind of infuse them into your own movement. Yeah. So, why? Explain. Yeah.
Well, hold on. No, please hold that. No, remember that question. I didn't let you ask me, but just want to let you know I'm a terrible networker. Just want everybody to know. I want everybody to know I'm terrible at networking. That's not my skill. I'm trying to get good at it, but I'm not. But I'm not good at it. So, sorry, what were you saying?
No, I'm just saying, like you said, networking is definitely a big part of the game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Why do you feel like, even if you were introspective, you could be doing beats for yourself, why do you feel like networking was such a big part of who you are? Because I definitely started seeing you online with all those people.
Okay, because coming to Ottawa, I can't come. listen, you can't come to another city thinking you're so important. There's a lot of people that are really doing really good out here, and they feel like they outgrew the city, which is normal. You can outgrow your city, but they go to like Toronto or they go to Montreal thinking they're the shit. Yo, listen, in Toronto, nobody gives a fuck about you. Toronto, everybody, in Toronto, nobody gives a fuck about you. You sing, you dance, you make clothes. Listen, nobody gives a fuck about you. You gotta show product, and you gotta show for yourself, and you gotta have a fucking backbone. You gotta have shoulders. You gotta be able to walk the walk. Like everybody in Toronto is some type of entrepreneur, has like an enterprising mentality, or has like a. People in Toronto are born with a public speaking mentality. You know what I mean? So, yo, you might be good. You might be the shit in fucking, like, what's a small place? Like, you might be the shit in Laval. But then you go to Toronto, it's like.
It definitely is a culture shock. I won't lie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nope. And I'm not saying you can't make it out to Toronto, but it's like.
It's going to take more work.
It's going to take more work. You have to link up with people. You have to understand. You have to. Learn the language. You know what I mean? Like, learn the language. By language, I mean, like...
communicating with people. Like,
exactly. Know how to communicate. Learn the do's and don'ts. Learn the mentality. You know, learn the... My bad. Jameson. The Jameson is good. I actually finished my shit. No, but it's a step that a lot of people miss. People just get so full of themselves, they forget to learn the language, learn the steps, learn the dance.
But I mean, you could have definitely done that. Like,
okay,
I went on your SoundCloud multiple times, and I forget the name. Yes, the Spooderman remix that you've done. Yeah, man, like that shit is so fucking beautiful to me. And,
Thank you.
You could have definitely came to the city and just literally shout on everybody.
Thank you.
People would have been attracted to that.
Can we talk about this for a second? Is there any more Jameson? Or is it,
I wish.
Oh my god, it's all okay. Listen, the Spooderman thing. Not gonna lie to you, I did it in two days, and usually for like one of those, when I used to make like big remixes, it used to take me like weeks to like really be. I did it in 2 days because I was rushing to put it out for my birthday. I thought it wasn't gonna do shit, but it ended up doing numbers. It's still doing numbers to this day. I never understood why people like it, but because people started fucking with it, now I understand. But listen. My plan when I left Montreal was because I saved up so much. I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave Montreal and I'm going to go to Toronto. Yeah. And then
get closer to the mic real quick. Because I want to make sure I get all of that.
Okay, nah, facts. I told myself I was going to leave Montreal, go to Toronto. I had enough saved up. I would have been good to get a job. Because of the types of jobs I had, and for the fact that I speak both French and English, you know, apparently they value that over. You know, that was my plan. I'm like, I could go over there, live good, and do music. But I'm like, yo, you know what? Ottawa is such a untapped market. I'm like,
I'm so happy you said that. Because yo, when I started this, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Untapped. Nobody's doing
it's untapped. Bro,
they want to fit in the status quo.
Yeah. Everybody wants to move towards poppy. And listen, man. Yeah. Everybody's like, all the artists here are gonna go to LA for a couple of weeks, take a couple pictures out in LA, take a couple of HD pictures in LA, and then come back. But it's no, listen, man. Listen, fuck all that. Oh, listen.
No, you can swear. Go ahead.
No, okay. Can I swear? Can I talk shit? Can I talk my shit? Is it one of those? Can I sip to the script? No, listen. They're gonna go to LA for a little 2-3 weeks, take pictures, shake hands with little celebrities and whatnot. Be like, oh yeah, we working. Come back, and then come back here on the same shit, and people here are gonna worship them. And I'm talking about there's certain people.
Yeah. And then you know who you are.
You know who
you are.
Come on, man. You know who you are. And it is what it is. Everybody has their own grind, so I'm not gonna hate on it, but I will. But nah, but listen, I was like, I don't want to do that. This like we have an untapped market, and untapped markets. I think for me, for a person that studied business since I was like a kid, you know, business. Marketing, that's my shit. So that's a dream to find an opportunity like that, and not only in an untapped market, but one that you could possibly thrive in if you do your homework and if you put the work in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of untapped markets right now, like as far as, I don't want to get too deep into it, but there's a lot of untapped markets right now because everything's changing so fast, but not everybody's ready to jump into everything. Exactly. But as far as like music and culture and things like that and like the youth and shit like that, hell yeah, I could do that. I'm like, why would I go to Toronto where everybody's like
already doing that?
They're already doing that, and people out there are so far up their own ass. And they'll be the first to tell you they're far up their own ass. And that's cool. Like, that's the culture over there. I'm not going to be over there and people know me. I'm not going to go to Toronto and act and like blend in with the So let me come back and do it here. See what I can bring back from Montreal, help with other people. And that's the first thing I did. Started linking up with people. My first step was to start recording with women. Because a lot of girls have
a lot of friends.
What I'm saying is, no, a lot of girls have talent, like musically. But apparently a lot of the people that they try to record with in Ottawa turned out to be like creeps and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and it kills their vibe. You know what I mean? I hear it a lot from a lot of different girls, from so many, to the point where I was like, okay, you know what? If all these girls are being pushed away from the guys that they're trying to record with, I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy that's gonna foster that talent. That was my first step. I did that. However, recording with women, I'm not a creep. I'm not. Listen.
Creep on weekends, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, no, I'm not a creep. I have creep tendencies. Listen, I'm a man. Listen, I'm a man. At the end of the day, I have creep tendencies, but I've never overstepped my boundaries with anybody. And I guess
it's professional.
I know it's business first. Listen, whenever I worked with women, it was either, they're really hard to work with though. I'm not gonna lie. Musically, all the time, the most talented women are the hardest to work with. And now I think about it, it makes a lot of sense because the more emotions you have,
the more you want to get it right.
The more, I mean, like as a woman, if you're a really good artist, it means you have a lot of emotions. If you have a lot of emotions, it means that if it's not focused into art, it'll spill out into other shit. Like me. So sometimes I can't take it, but listen. I've tried to help as much as I can. Sometimes it ended right. No, I did so much. My best work that I made since I came back was with women. But because, no, I'm serious. And it's not out yet. A lot of it is not out yet. Because they're
Seaka exclusive.
No, I'm serious. My best shit is not out yet. And I'm mad that people like my shit right now because I know the real shit I have is so much better. But
so you're really just keeping everything on your stash?
Yes, I am. But the thing is,
well, I need to look into that stash.
No, I got you. But it's like working with women is tough. But I can do it. But
you're working with women, so like, how was the transition to going work with? Like, let's dive right into the music right now. Like,
let's go.
You were working with women when you came back. So how was it to, make that transition and start working with like guys, like that artist of yours that you have right now?
Because I was have a lot of artists, but I mean, no, I was working with women before, like when I was in high school and I was pretending to have a studio. I used to work with whoever was gonna work with me, and I helped a lot of people. Like, I'm better at giving advice than I am at anything else. I can tell people to do things that I probably can't do myself, but I know when something's missing. You know what I mean? So I used to do that all the time.
Is that why you stand more on the producer side of things than actually the artist? Yeah.
But the thing is, I like to do a little bit of both. I know when it's my time to step back. I know when I gotta let someone else shine, and also sometimes I want to shine too. So I alternate between the two. Right. Sometimes they conflict with each other because sometimes when I want to shine, the people that
you're working with
are like, trust me. As soon as I like, let's say I drop a fire track, when it's just me. I drop a fire track and everybody's talking about it. As soon as that happens, the people that I usually work with suddenly get so impatient with me. Like, oh,
put my shit out.
Yeah. Like, what about when you're ready to record? What are you? It's just the cycle. It happens, human nature. But it's like, so they make me feel guilty almost. They make me feel guilty for having fire shit. But it's like, listen.
Peeping his own torn.
Yeah, listen. But having fire shit it's not easy. Yeah. It's not easy for me to make something fire. But when I try to put something out fire and I'm happy about it,
right.
There's gonna be like a lineup of people that's ready to make me feel guilty for it. But I understand it. But
you should take that as a compliment, to be honest.
I do. But it gets to me because sometimes because you understand. I do everything myself. I don't want to sound like fucking Russ right now. You know Russ? I know, because I don't want to sound like fucking Russ. But I make the beats. I record. I mix.
And master?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And I do it in my fucking bedroom. All of it, like the whole. When people come to record, because I have like a studio that people pay to come like record and like mix. Right. But it's in my bedroom, right next to my bed. I do have an extra room that's right next to my room that's like empty, where I used to have all that shit to separate the two. But I forget what was my reasoning, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me bring it all in my room.
So, I mean, it's the place where you're most personal, and like you said, like I said, and you know, were okay with it. Yeah. You're kind of a more introspective person. Yeah. So the fact that maybe you're in that own personal space of yours where you're more comfortable to create. Yeah. Who knows? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. But it's like, anyway, I produce, I write, I record, I market. All right, what else?
Shit.
Yeah, it's all me. I don't have a team. I'm working on a team right now, but I don't have a team right now. I don't have a manager. I have to answer all my emails. And I know it doesn't sound like nothing to a lot of people, but it's like, I'm not an email guy. I'm not.
A lot. No, it's a lot.
Okay, thank you for you to saying that. I'm not an email guy. I'm not a formal type of person. I don't like, comma. Yeah. I'm not. Comma. Why the fuck would I need to use a comma? Because you have to understand, like, listen, I've gotten so far in life without using commas. I've gotten so far in life without using commas or without semicolons and shit like that, and using proper paragraph structure. Not that I don't, like, there's a place for it, but for me, I kind of carved my way through a lot of things. So when I get a lot of emails these days about, it could range from just inquiries about like having beats or features to like performances, to talent agencies, to appearances, or to like,
no, it's a lot,
or even like, you know, like a podcast, or even like DJing. Like, people get at me for a lot of things, and for me, who's not, I'm not saying it's like, but I'm not that type of person. I have a hard time getting on top of my shit. I need a manager.
Yeah.
No, listen, I need a manager. Listen.
We're freaking Jameson.
Yeah.
You came on my podcast and answered my messages. I really feel, after what you just said, I really feel like an important person, man.
No. I knew I had to go.
So, let's, diverge.
I don't even see. I know you asked me a question and I probably did not answer it. We got all.
Oh no! Listen, the more I get, the more I'm satisfied.
Okay, let's get it.
I want to leave, your free speech take place.
Let's get it. How about I tell you? Listen, I wanted to start a podcast.
No, I seen the videos on Twitter.
Yeah.
Man's just trying to take my place from. What's poppin', bro? What's poppin'?
No, but since last year, I wanted to start a podcast. I still do, but I can't do it. I will never do it because I'm doing music. You can't do music and have a podcast at the same time.
EEMEDIA and kind of balance the music side of things.
I cannot do it because, listen, even after this comes out, might be people that don't fuck with me no more because of this. Like, this is not what I got from his music, or there might be some people that's like,
what?
I'm telling you, no,
but
people.
I'll be honest with you, you're here to promote yourself. You're not here to promote.
I understand, but the thing is, I'm not gonna come here and be politically correct and sound all good and be like, oh, listen to my music and be. I'm not gonna here to give you like cookie cutter answers. I'm talking like we've been sipping, so it's like, and that's what I want my whole career in music to be, just like me saying whatever. You see my tweets, but listen, that's why I don't want a podcast. If I had a podcast, imagine me talking like this 3 times a week. Yeah. 3 times, and it's like, okay, 3 times a week. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Friday, oh, here's a track. People are so fucking sensitive. Listen. People are so fucking sensitive. People are so, listen, you know what I'm talking about. People are so fucking sensitive.
Hey, man, I don't know anything.
Okay. I'm not a PC person, so I'd rather not have a podcast. But I want to have a podcast because I'm not good at expressing myself, but I'm so much better at just talking shit than I am at writing songs.
Right.
It is what it is, though. I'll never have a podcast unless I quit music. Okay, my bad.
Which will never happen.
Yeah.
So, man, I just feel like I got so much out of you out of that conversation. I'm happy I got to sit down with you because a lot of times, we see people on social media and we're not really able to decipher the person that they are, but just the fact that you're so translucent as a person, you know what I mean? You're so open and so you're I'm basically not to say that you're an obvious person, but I mean, you book, you know what I mean? So I'm happy that you came through and had this conversation with me. So right now, this is a question that I've had in my heart for a very long time, and I'm not letting you diverge from it.
God damn!
When is the dropping? When are you dropping this project?
When am I dropping?
When are you dropping this project?
Oh, damn. Okay, listen.
You can't be dropping all this fire and not expect the project.
Listen.
I want to know when the project is coming out, fam.
Listen, I was gonna drop a project. The project. I was going to drop it.
The project?
Yeah, there's the project.
Seek exclusive.
I was gonna drop the project. I was gonna drop the project. When are we? Is September right now? End of September. I was gonna drop it between the end of August and beginning of September. What happened is I dropped 3 tracks at the end of August to test the waters, but because music is
fickle.
It's so fucking fickle, bro. It's so fucking fickle. It's it's so fucking fickle, and especially for a nigga like me. I watch analytics. I don't know why I like it. I like graphs. I love graphs. You understand? When I was in high school, I used to go on websites that just show graphs for different things. I love graphs. but so I look at my analytics, and it's okay, I dropped 3 tracks back to back at the end of August. And it wasn't doing the same as when I was dropping months ago, but it's because I let so much of a gap happen. Understandable. And I was gonna drop, because I dropped these 3, it's gonna get the shit back up, kindle the fire, drop the project in September. But then I'm okay, not only did it not do
as well as you wanted.
Yeah, it did good. We didn't do as well as I wanted to, which is okay. Shit happens, but also was these fuckers dropped their albums.
Who's the fuckers?
These fuckers. Uzi? No, listen. Uzi and Extentacion. Yeah. They dropped their projects. Uzi's to me was I thought Uzi was gonna be better. X though, listen, I know the women are gonna hate me for this one. Listen, X's project was phenomenal. Nobody can lie to me about that. His project is phenomenal. All the beatings aside, listen. Listen. Kodak, I don't know if anybody listens to Kodak Black. Kodak, he had a phenomenal album too in the summer.
See,
Project Baby.
You're doing it again. You're diverging.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
Album dropping. He's talking to me about Kodak Black.
Kodak Black had some allegations against him too.
Dropping?
It's crazy that the guys with the most allegations make the most fire albums. So Kodak.
Are you trying to catch a lick then? What's popping?
Yo, if that's what I gotta do, listen. They dropped amazing projects, and I'm not only that, and I'm okay, you know what? Maybe I gotta sit my ass down and rethink my strategy.
Can I have a plan for it?
What month is it now? It's damn near October. So I'm working though.
That's what he's doing. All right, then.
I'm working. So okay. Since we need let me put it on camera. So if this is gonna come out in October, let me say December. If this comes out in October, December, we're gonna get the Chanks project. Let's go.
Best believe
Yeah,
we're
go.
gonna be on promotion for that.
Hey,
I definitely
let's
want
go.
this to come
Let's
out.
go. And before then, I'm definitely dropping.
A couple more tracks.
I have singles ready to go.
Okay, perfect. You'll have to send them over to me. I know you're not really good with networking.
Nah,
but
no,
send them over to me.
I will.
I'll make sure to give you my input on this.
I'm getting better at networking. I'm here, right? So
Right. Well, thank you very much. This was another episode of Sip to the Script. I'm your humble host, Seaka.
Let's go. I'm your
watching.
not so humble guest. Not so humble guest, Chanks Daddy. Thank you for having me.
This was another
it's been a pleasure.
Of Sip to the Script. We're out.
Let's go.